Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Listen, you definitely want to check out this video because there is some massive changes that's coming in the credit game in 2026. Now that we're about to go ahead and end the year and roll on into 2026, you definitely want to check out this video here because guess what? Majority of these changes are going to be affecting you. So you definitely want to stay throughout this entire video so you can stay up to date on what's going on. So without any further ado, let's get into it.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Respect My Blueprint podcast, where we talk about credit, capital, and entrepreneurship. And today's video, I want to get straight into it because this is some groundbreaking news that I want to be able to share with everybody. And I want to go ahead and not gatekeep, give no fluff, and get straight into what's going on, because in the 2026 is definitely a lot of things that's going to be impacting a lot of individuals. All right. I mean, we're talking about the whole credit system as we know it. It's about to get flipped on his head, right? And we're talking about things from how credit scores are calculated, how lenders approve you, and even how medical debt shows up on your credit report. It's all about to be affected, all right? So definitely want to go ahead and lock in today. Stay throughout this entire video because you don't want to miss any of these points that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. Okay, so the FICO you know today won't be the same FICO that lenders are going to use 2 years from now. That's what I actually meant, right? Because, you know, there's a lot of things that's going to be changed in the new credit scoring model that in today's video, I'm going to be breaking all of this down about this massive credit report changes in 2026 and what you can do right now to go ahead and stay ahead of the game, all right? So the first thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk about, guys, listen, we're going to go straight into it, is medical debt changes, all right? Now, this is a huge multi-billion-dollar problem, right? And here's the deal. Medical bills has always been a silent killer for a lot of individuals in today, and you know, as long as we can remember, right? Because even when caused by emergencies, unpaid hospital bills can bring down your credit score for as long as 7 years, all right? But guess what? There's some changes and there's some traction that's being made by that, right? Basically, what's been going on is the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, earlier this year have went ahead and aimed to remove most medical debt off of individuals' credit reports, all right? And this was a great thing because this allowed to have a lot of individuals to be able to go ahead and have their credit scores potentially boost, right? And not only was it a great way to potentially boost a lot of individuals' credit scores and everything like that, but also this was a way to be able to go ahead and help individuals who've been impacted this and also that had medical debt stay on their credit report for 7 years, right? However, a federal court did overturn the rule, creating uncertainty throughout this entire ruling here, as now what's been going on is the states are now debating whether they're able to enact their own bans, their own version of this rule in regards to having medical debt not appear on individuals' credit reports. So basically what's been going on is the federal courts and the states, they're arguing that federal law may override state protections. And this is actually adding a lot more confusion throughout this entire situation here. But one thing for sure, by 2026, medical debt could either disappear completely or it could come back on your credit report, depending on how, this legal battle end up playing out. If you want my opinion, I really truly believe that this is something that's going to end up getting overturned because first things first, their medical debt that's over $500, that's under $500 is no longer appearing on individuals' credit reports. So, there is some movement that's being made by this. Is of course, we have to see how the legal system plays out. But the way that everything is looking, if you want my opinion, I see that medical debt is going to be something that's no longer going to be something that's going to be appearing on individuals' credit reports. And this is great because you want to make sure you stay on top of your credit, dispute any medical collections if you do see it on your credit report, because guess what? 9 times out of 10, you can be able to go ahead and get this off of your credit report without going through any of the red tape or anything like that. So up next is talking about the new credit scoring models. Now, this right here is a huge game changer, and this is where FICO as well as Vantage, they are rolling out 2 new scoring models, which is for FICO, they're rolling out the FICO 10T, and for Vantage, they're rolling out the Vantage 4.0. Okay. Now, these are the latest models than the latest systems, which is, being rolled out by FICO and Vantage. Well, first we're going to talk about FICO, as they've announced they're going to be rolling out the FICO 10 and the FICO 10T, which what separates this version of the FICO versus the previous ones is this is going to actually use trended data, which is going to track your behavior over time, not just a snapshot of your current credit history or current credit profile. Now, this right here is definitely going to be a game changer for individuals because, of course, we're talking about trended data that goes back as far as 24 months. So you essentially, your behavior for the past 24 months is now going to be collected and tracked by this new credit scoring model, which is going to give a better picture to lenders on how they want to be able to assess your credit worthiness. So we can see a lot of changes when this comes to individuals being approved or lack of approval when it comes with this new credit scoring model. Now, when it comes to Vantage 4.0, which is actually backed by the 3 credit bureaus, it does the same, but it adds alternative data like your rent, utilities, and even buy now, pay later payments, which, as for those that know, that has been appearing on Experian and TransUnion credit reports earlier this year, as reported by the credit bureaus. Okay, so these are the 2 major changes that's coming in 2026, as these 2 new scoring models is going to be introduced by Vantage as well as FICO. However, I do got a bit of good news for those who are worried about it. Guess what? It is going to take some time for lenders to implement this. I would say about another year or 2, as lenders are still going to be using the old system as well as the old scoring models. But when this new scoring model does come in place, I believe it's going to be a game changer and potentially hurt a lot of individuals because, again, they're using trended data instead of a current snapshot of your credit profile. And also a quick side note, according to the Federal Housing Finance Agency, both models are approved by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac starting in 2026. That means these scores will be the new standard for mortgage lending. Now, this is going to be a game changer for individuals looking to purchase a home in 2026. So you definitely want to make sure that you keep your credit on point, even starting today, because again, they're going to be using this trended data when it comes to be able to approve you for a mortgage. Okay, that's all right. Now, the next point I wanted to get into is, of course, the FICO monopoly is also breaking down, guys. Yes, all right. This is where things get a little dicey and a little interesting here, because FICO has just launched its direct licensing program, which it allows lenders to be able to buy credit scores directly from FICO instead of from the big 3 bureaus. Okay, and this right here creates competition between the bureaus and the lenders. What I mean by that? Good. Credit scores can get cheaper and faster for lenders to access, which ultimately means that loan decisions can happen instantly instead of days. So now you'll be able to get an instant decision within, the same day or even within the same hour when it comes to applying for capital, right? And also, may start seeing better loan terms because lenders can save on costs, because of course that cost is going to be passed on to the borrowers as well. So this is great news. Obviously, whenever there's a monopoly on something and there can be competition, that always the market ends up winning at this point, right? So, but of course, there is a catch. More competition does means different lenders may start using different models. And of course, that right there does affects the consistency and everything like that. And, some lenders may have a higher threshold or make it harder to get approved versus others as well, too. Of course, you want to make sure before you're applying for funding that you do ask, which scoring model that their lender is using, whether it's FICO 10, Vantage 4, or the old FICO 8, Vantage 3.0. All of this is going to make a difference because, of course, this allows you to better prepare and better strategize prior to you applying for funding with any of these lenders, as of course it allows you to prepare for what's coming down the road in 2026, right? Okay, so with that being said, those are the three major changes that I wanted to share with everyone that's coming in 2026. Again, this is no hyperbole. This is, no fear mongering or anything like that. What I'm bringing you guys is straight facts that, has occurred or is in the process of occurring and is going to be implemented in 2026. So I definitely want to make sure that each and every one of you is prepared, okay?
Hey, what's going on, Blueprinters? This is a video that I want to go ahead and share with you guys to encourage you guys to go ahead and join the Blueprinter community. If you want to go ahead and level up to that next level in building generational wealth, as well as empowering yourselves on financial literacy and credit literacy, I definitely encourage you to go ahead and join the Blueprint movement. We have some great things that's up and coming down the pipeline of this year. Many of you guys know my rags to riches story started actually right after the pandemic. With that story and my experience during that time frame of me being a successful serial entrepreneur, launching the different ventures that we're launching here, I felt like it's an obligation for me to go ahead and share it with you guys in my experiences, as well as, the trials and tribulations that I was able to learn and overcome. With that being said, guys, definitely go ahead and join the Blueprinter community. Tap in with us. We have some major things coming down the pipeline. I'm very excited with the movement. I'm very excited on where we're going. I'm definitely encouraging you guys to definitely tap in and join us, man. Listen, not only are we going to show you how to build generational wealth, but we're going to have a good time in doing it. All right. So tap on in with your boy. All right. See you later. Bye.
So the next question, of course, that everyone you should be asking that's watching this video, how do you position yourself for these things for these changes before they go live? All right. So first things first, again, like I mentioned, you want to make sure that you check your credit report for any medical collections under $500. All right. Because if that's the case, it should already most likely be qualified for removal off of your credit report, as it shouldn't be reporting in the first place. Okay. Also, if you're, paying your rent or utilities through platforms, third-party platforms, all right? Also, like I mentioned, you definitely in 2026, start making it a habit of asking lenders which credit scoring model that they're using to approve any loans that you're applying for, right? Again, FICO 10T as well as Vantage 4.0 will be rolling out in 2026. Majority of the lenders are going to take some time to be able to go ahead and implement and roll this out. However, you want to stay ahead of the ball game and not apply blindly and, be sidetracked as far as like, hey, I thought you were using FICO 8 or Vantage 3.0, only to learn that they're using some of the new credit scoring models. And guess what? You can get denied because you have a whole different way and a different system on how these new credit scoring models operate. All right. And also, keep your utilization below 10%, right? That's my best advice. Of course, utilization is 30% of your credit score. But with trended data, consistent on-time behavior and low utilization is going to work in your favor. Or any credit influencer in 2026 is telling you the old practice of maxing out your credit card and paying it before the reporting date, they're only setting you up for failure. I'm going to let you know to that behavior and that habit is definitely going to get you in trouble, especially with this new credit scoring model that's being rolled out. Okay. If you're maxing out your cards, if you're missing rent and utility payments, it's going to hurt you just as much as late credit card payments. So you definitely want to make sure you stay sharp, you stay disciplined, and you definitely stay on top of your game when it comes to your credit. All right. If you want to be able to stay on top of your credit, definitely join our free online community where we go ahead and educate on credit, capital, and entrepreneurship. We helping individuals to be able to go ahead and leverage their credit to get up to $50,000 of funding. Not only that, we are able to go ahead and help you fix and build your credit as well too. So if you want to go ahead and check us out, hit the link down below in the description so you'll be able to go ahead and be part of an awesome growing community. Second, listen, if you want to go ahead and check out the Uptrend business software, which is the #1 software in order for you to go ahead and access your business credit report, your business credit scores, as well as an AI funding engine. All right. This funding engine is going to allow you to get instantly matched with over 100 different lenders, all within a push of a button. All right. Again, the link is down below. It does come with a 7-day free trial, so you can try out the software before you go ahead and commit to it. But I definitely know that you'll like the software. All right. So we made it to the end of the video. Thanks for checking us out. If this is your first time tuning into the channel, do me a huge favor, growing the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, especially as we're rolling into the new year. Also, drop your comment today if you was able to get great value from today's video. We definitely appreciate the comments and we do reply to them. All right. But other than that, thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, we are going to catch you on the flip side. Take care. Bye-bye.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep, Wesley Paul with Blueprint. This guest all exclusive. Get on and tune in and then learn some new tips about credit, finance, investment. A nice chance to get rich and buy land. Flip it, quick 9 bands. Learn all the skills from Wesley did it. Learn how to build successful business. Run up a mill and get the digits. Run up a mill. Look, safe place where guests are speaking. Based off financial freedom. All facts, no cap, believe it. Podcast, you have to see it.